Right. Yeah. Right. $100,000 in my jeans, and they hating on me, and they call me DG, FIVE. Your girl on me, ball main on my jeans, red bottom on my feet. I do my thing in the street. 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 And they call me DG, FIVE. I do my thing in the street. I do my thing in the street. Time out. Stand on couches, all the girls scream. Go yard, see my belt, 2 bands for the jeans. Go yard. Mr. AP, that's
CEO Josh. We now rocking here, and what's up? What's going on? What's up with the people? You know, how was your week? My week is the same. I'm a most of the full-time dad. You know, I take care of my son. Shout out to Travencio, and then run my affairs. But other than that, on this splendid evening, this is episode 13, presented by Wildest ENT. www.wildestdreamsent.net. Make sure you click the link, subscribe. Make sure you check out our merch section. It's dropping in October, okay? And then also, you get 30% off if you use the promo code, the 5-Star Podcast. So remember, wildestdreamsent.net. This is episode 13, powered by Amazon. Let's get into it. This is the Dolph episode. First and foremost, I want to just dive right into it. You know, we lost a legend, Dolph. Turns out his killers were convicted and they got about a life sentence. And honestly, we want to say, do we feel justice was served? I mean, first off, I know sometimes in our culture we say F the police, but is it really F the police if they solved this case and got us, the closure that we needed? It turns out that they was promised $100K from Big June, the Big Joke, Yo Gotti brother. He's no longer here because he got hit, and now we know why, because he promised he had $100K on Dolph's head. And it turns out that these dudes didn't even get the $100K. They only got $800, less than that. I mean, while they probably were shooting at Dolph, he probably had more money in his pocket than they got paid to do the whole thing. That's insane. But yeah, now we know that beef runs deep. I mean, let me know in the comments what you think. We lost a Memphis legend. They said Dolph was a good dude. Worth way more than $800. And it looks like, these dudes was promised this thing. Again, y'all gotta stop looking up to people online and social media, like the shooters or the little black boys or whatever like that. You guys gotta stop looking up online. They said the dude thought he was gonna sign to CMG and then carry out the hit and get the $100K. And what would you think was gonna happen next? You're gonna become a big rap star? Like, come on. Like, this ain't the Twilight Zone, people. At the end of the day, we lost a legend. We lost a well-documented legend. I mean, it said every birthday for Dolph's kids, he would get an actual property for their birthdays. I mean, he owned over 100 properties, I mean, at the end of the day, this guy, took care of his community and made tremendous music. His favorite kush was gelato. He loved gelato. He loved rapping about Volcano, always being in LA, Hollywood, or in San Francisco with Burner, all that, So Dolph was really in tune with the West Coast. We reporting live out of Orange County right now. But other than that, we did lose a legend. And I mean, where do we go from here? Now, like the killers, they did, get a life sentence. Now, what happens with Yo Gotti? Is he going to be investigated? Is it still beef going on? With that, is it going to be some more stuff? I mean, is it over now? I mean, leave it in the comments and let me know what y'all think. I mean, pretty much, it sucks. It sucks that we, lost Dolph at the end of the day. And it's crazy because, again, like I said in my last episode, you dudes, like, trying to commit these crimes and be Hooters or whatever, the feds had the tape of dude changing his clothes like 3 days before, going to drop his daughter to school, picking his daughter up, things like that. They had it all the way up until, again, they knew how to, what the car was he was in. Again, you got to be careful with your cars too, fellas. If you out there balling, flexing ice, man, the shooter said that it was the car. You know, the car, he knew Dolph had the camouflage car. And then typically with that camouflage car, you see Dolph walking out with him and his brother. He had the yellow shirt on, probably D and G shirt. You know, Dolph stay fly. And then they came in and they started hating. And my thing is too, one, who tilted the camera, and two, the girl, the waitress. I mean, it was like no forewarning. It was like, you know, it wasn't like you said like, oh look, they're coming. You know, because Dolph's back is turned, so it's not like. I mean, but then again, she probably just thinking that maybe they're buying something. But I don't know. Maybe, you know, I can honestly say stuff happens really fast. Okay, so sometimes things happen fast in the moment, but she went to the back. It wasn't like a warning or anything like that. You shout outs to Dolph brother too. Dolph brother, he stayed there, went, bust at them, went in the car, got another gun. Ooh, we got a good mic here. Went in the car and got another gun and started firing. Like, he stayed down for the whole thing. Again, it's unfortunate that we lost a legend, Young Dolph. We definitely miss you. We definitely miss the music. We definitely miss the entrepreneurship. He was always independent, always preaching success, always preaching to motivate, always, you know, doing things to actually, you know, put a message out in his music. You know, everything wasn't just about, you know, having sex and materialism and, you know, smoking and drinking, you know, things like that. He actually had that message to get up and go get it, you know. He got this song, and it was like this intro. It sounds like he recorded this on Illuminati, and it was like he passed right after that, and it was like this intro. I'll play it too. Get up and go get something, whatever like that. Man, like, Dolph is a legend. I mean, but again, leave it in the comments. Let me know what happened, how you feel, what you think is gonna happen to CMG. Is they gonna still be, you know, back and forth beef? And now it makes sense why, like, you know, Black Youngster brother was getting into it. Yo Gotti brother's not here. Things like that. Like, it sounds like they really rotting for Dolph. I got my bust down on. You know, we got the red face, matching the red decor. You know, at the end of the day, shout out to Kobe the jeweler. If you love it in town in LA, I'll take you to the district. Stop by Kobe the jeweler, 625 downtown LA. I think is it's in the district though. It's in the district, you know. But other than that, let's get back into a commercial. This is the 5-Star Podcast brought to you by Wildest Dreams ENT. Never in Your Wildest Dreams, presented by Amazon Music. We'll be back.
The 5-Star Podcast.
What up?
new
It's your boy
episode Monday.
CEO Josh, bringing you that 5-Star Podcast, presented by Wildest Dreams ENT, powered by Amazon Music. Make sure you visit the website www.wildestdreamsent.net. Also use promo code the 5-Star Podcast for 20% off. Powered by Amazon Music. Make sure you stream and download the app.
Yo, we back. Wildest Dreams ENT, presented by Amazon Music, powered by Beyond. Looks like here we actually got Carl Anthony from Minnesota over here at the Knicks. So it looks like him and Brunson will probably have some stuff going on. But shout outs to Knicks. We got Carl Anthony. Hopefully we can make something shake. I'm not a 1000% Knicks fan, but I do go for the whole team. Bing, bing, bing. We outside here. We're not to say we're going to be back in Indianapolis like we was last season, popping crap, you know, during the playoffs, but because they did spank, because I remember me, my brother, and my son, we flew up to Indianapolis. We there for the last playoff game, New York Knicks, and we keeping up the whole series, and I'm literally holding Jay. I'm holding Jay in my hands, my brother right there, and it was these dudes. They were like quiet the whole time, but still repping for their city. I mean, might I add, we stood out like an oddball. We're, you know, in Indianapolis, and we're not the fans, but I was in incognito mode because I got this fire motor speedway jacket. So, but they could kind of get the gist that we were rooting for New York. You know what I'm saying? Like through the shots. But I think it was that one play. Me and my brother, we going back and forth. Like, yeah, we gonna show them. We ball. We New Yorkers. Da, 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 da. Like, we doing our ad libs. They say nothing, and then I think their team hit the 1-3. Boom. I forgot what play it was, but it was the dagger to the game. And me, my brother, we just was like, oh my God, fell back in our seats. And they were like, yeah, we won too. Then they turned around, all of a sudden, now they want to talk. Now they want to, like, encourage. It was so funny. But, like, shout out to Indianapolis, man. They were good winners, man. We shook hands. They dapped me up. Everybody loved the jacket that I had on. Ironically, it was from out there, Motor Speedway, like I said in the other podcast. We're going to definitely visit back out to Indianapolis and Indiana. But it was definitely a fun experience. Their stadium, too, is a bit smaller because I'm always used to, like, the crypto. You know what I'm saying? The crypto got the big dome, big section. So their stadium is a bit smaller, okay? But it's more intimate. It's more intimate for the game. It feels like kind of like you're at a college game because, like, they're really into it. Like, the courts is, like, gold, and you see Pacers, and it's, like, a smaller court, so you got like the front bench right there. No matter even if you're sitting on the floor or not, you're gonna see the front bench and the coach stack. Like it's an intimate type of setting. So it's an interesting way to play an away game. When you're used to like a big crypto with like bright lights and stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, shout outs to the Knicks. Hopefully we get something shaken. What else? Next topic. Y'all was asking me about the Cardi B and Offset breakup. Honestly, what you think? You think they're done? You know what I'm saying? They may be done. I know this was like last few days ago. Cardi B was live, and then Offset said something like she fucked about pregnant, and then Cardi B responded with something or whatever like that, and then Offset responded with like, Takeo and the bros told him so, and then she responded. I mean, honestly, do you think they're done? You know what I'm saying? Like, the way that they going back and forth is like they might just still get back together. That's what I think, honestly. Effing around pregnant, I mean, we don't know, but, Cardi B's a South Bronx chick, South of the South Bronx, no knocks, you never know what people are capable of. I mean, who said Offset was doing this thing as well? My thing is that, again, you had 3 kids by him, though, and you got, like, the Offset tattoos on the back of your thigh. I mean, how far are we gonna go with this? I mean, at some form of part, you love him. I mean, obviously he's your kid's father, and you got 3 kids with him. So I don't think Cardi wants to see Offset in some bad, hurtful type of situation. That's the beauty of maybe having like a baby mother or baby father in a relationship, to where like it's more than just you two. Once you create a life with 2 of you, I mean, at the end of the day, you may not be with that person, or that person may not be for you per se, but you can still just move on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Do y'all think they'll get back together? I mean, I think the divorce is finalized. I'm not sure. That leads me into my next topic. I was seeing in the comments about a relationship, things like that. Like, I would love to possibly entertain maybe relationships, but do relationships exist? I mean, I'm but I'm from that generation, a millennial of the generation that existed before social media. But when my generation is gone, we're going to be the last generation to know what life was like before social media. Like, for example, we just appreciated stuff more. Before we was playing like outside until the street lights came on. It was no direct connection because we, was happy when our parents came and got us. We was happy with what we have. Nowadays, everybody, even in their grandma, comes with a phone, iPhone, Android, or whatever, flip phone, whatever it is, that has social media. People work and use social media. People travel for work and staying close in touch with family. Some people are in college and things like that. Some people are in the military, army, or whatever like that. Stewardess, things like that. You have to most likely, 9 times out of 10, speak to your family on social media to keep up. Now, what goes along with that is also options, so girls have options, obviously, because they're girls, and at the end of the day, some, guys have options too. It's just that the difference is with girls get inbounds. Girls get offers. You know what I'm saying? Sorry about that. We got a crispy mic. But girls get offers, you know. Since you were 13, little Timmy that decided to, hey, let's just throw a random name out there. Michelle, let me take your books and I'll carry your backpack for your next class. You think he just doing that because you're just an awesome person to talk to and classmate? No, we're doing that because he's going through puberty and he's having feelings and he likes you. You know, so girls are taught at a young age to always have, you know, inbounds from guys. So now increasing that with social media, it just gives a plethora for opportunities and choice. Not to say that everyone is into that on social media, but it's the numbers are out there. 60% of divorces are ending because of what? Social media, things like that. 70% of divorces are initiated because of girls, you know, things like that. And obviously, how is a guy or girl gonna trust in the age of social media? You know what I'm saying? Especially if you've been around before social media. It's like going to a restaurant, right? And the restaurant, everything on the menu is free. Your favorite restaurant, your most 5-star restaurant, everything on the menu is free. You're gonna be like, I want to try this. Let me try this. I like this for a little while. I want this. But then if you go back the next day and everything on that menu is a markup for, let's just say, 10 times more, you're going to, if you get something, you're going to appreciate that one or two things you have. Okay? And that's how it was. What life was like before social media. We appreciated everything we had, you know? But now you got this day and age to where there's social media, and at the end of the day, it just keeps open a plethora of options for guys and girls. So now, unless you got like some sort of plan together while y'all together, unless you got some sort of vision, family, and y'all trying to do marriage and accomplish goals together, and y'all like identical, then you know, like, it can work, you know, because if y'all both zoned in on the same thing, then it shouldn't be any sort of distractions online. But there is, though. You know what I'm saying? And who's to say anyone is wrong? Everybody want to be the man just cuz. That's my Rico reference. But I don't know. I just don't think that in this day and age, being that I'm a millennial, that I realized what life was like before social media to now, to where everything is social media, and you get with someone who only knows social media, it's a different lifestyle. It's a different way of living. I mean, people run the social media for a multitude of things. You could not even be doing nothing. Someone could see a post that feels that they think it relates to their relationship and then act a different way. Someone can be sad and go on social media and act a different way. Someone can be mad and go on social media and act a different way. You know, not to say that's the things you should do. You should have that bond to go to your partner, but some people don't got that shit. Some people, you never know. I mean, and it's dangerous. Some people don't talk. Some people just assume, you know. And I'm guilty. I'm one of those people. Like, I don't really come up to you like, who, what, where, why. I have a no phone policy. I don't go on no phones or anything like that, because at the end of the day, I take that risk. But when you give that freedom, you're still open. You know, you're still open, because at the end of the day, that person has that many choices. So even if you're married, you see dudes with, like, you know, successful dudes still have the relationship and then divorce. You know, leave it in the comments. Let me know what you think. And if you are a millennial and you existed before social media, we're the last generation to know what that is, you know, and to appreciate stuff. Like, once we got our Nintendo, it wasn't no online, it wasn't no microtransactions, Roblox, Bucks, and VC and stuff like that. Like, I say that all the time. My son and my nephew got it so good. Like, they play PS5, they got tablets, iPhones, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't have that. We didn't know what it was. Like, I had to wait till like 9 to 10 before I had a Sega Genesis and a Nintendo. Okay? But let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you appreciate it more now that at the end of the day, everything is social media? Is there still a way you can find love with social media? That's not me saying it's not possible, okay, people, because at the end of the day, it can be possible. If you're building towards something, then yeah, you can do it. But honestly, Let me know in the comments what you're thinking. Do you think there can actually be some sort of existence in a good relationship without social media? Other than that, we're gonna go to a commercial break. I'll be back while this stream CNT.
What up? What up? It's your boy, CEO Josh, the host of the 5 Star Podcast presented by Wildest Dreams ENT, powered by Amazon Music. Do you have a business? Do you have a brand? Do you have a talent? Are you looking to increase visibility? Are you looking to go viral? If so, get featured, get your brand featured on the 5 Star Podcast. Visit www.wildestdreamsent.net. Click the packages. We have bronze, we have silver, we have gold, and we have
Wildest Dreams ENT presented by Amazon Music. Make sure you stream and download the app. Also, if you're on social media, if you're a business, if you have a talent, brand, anything that you're trying to do increase visibility, check us out. www.wildestdreamsent.net. Click the packages button. We got a lot of offers. We got a bronze package, we got a gold package, we got a silver package, we got a platinum package for all budgets. If you want something a la carte, just hit that email info@wildestdreamsent.net, because at the end of the day, we growing. We had about 22,000 subscribers. Every time I even drop this, after we get the editing done, we're always up in subscribers. So again, bing bing, hit us up. We're growing every day. Grow your brand with us. info@wildestdreamsent.net. I wanted to get into this Hawaiian Blue Jay bananas. I seen something on Instagram that was like, I'm gonna post it right here or right there, whatever. But it's Hawaiian Blue Jay bananas. They said when you bite into it, it tastes like vanilla ice cream. Now I'm 420 friendly, but if I ever go to Hollywood, I need to know, not Hollywood, Hawaii, I need to know what part are those bananas in. Pause, because we definitely got to try some Blue Jay bananas. That just sound like some fly 5-star shit, and I'm posted up. It's like they're like sky bluish or whatever like that. I'll post it up for you guys. Another news: Mayor Eric Adams is indicted. What do you think? Is New York City the new Gotham City? Do we care? Do we don't care? I was telling my brother the other day, I think New York City is like Gotham City. At the end of the day, we have all fake heroes that turn villains, and then next thing you know, only thing we're missing is Batman, because the most chaos stuff you see happens in New York City. It's like Gotham City. But other than that, this is Wildest Dreams ENT, 5-Star Podcast. Let me know. We're gonna just tap in. This was the episode 13, the Dolph episode. What do you think is gonna happen? You know, is Yo Gotti and Angela Simmons gonna just get on a jet and just leave out the country? What do you think that happened? Let me know. And then we'll definitely get back into some more topics. I definitely got a story time. I remember the time, man. You gotta go the straight path. I mean, this is like a crazy story, but I'm not gonna say no names, but me and my boys, we got misled from an OG, and this OG was basically now in terms was bringing us on a drill. So I forgot how old I am. I want to say 17, 16. But either way, the dude was way older, like 25, 28, you know, like a big homie, basically. And basically, me and my boy and my other boy, we decided, like, yo, we gonna go and rob these dudes, whatever. The most idiotic, dumb thing. So these dudes were parked across the street seeing some girl in our building. So I remember the OG, he goes up to us like, yo, we gotta go get the blammers, things like that. So we walk all the way to, like, 183rd Street in the Bronx. If you know, like Kingsbridge or some shit like that. Go to this girl house, has like a revolver. Something in my heart told me just don't touch it. Don't touch it. I'm like 17 at the time. We're all turned up in New York City. This was a different time. It's the 90s. Wild, Wild West. So my little man comes with me or whatever like that, and he's like turned up. Oh, I'll get it, Josh, takes it, whatever. And next thing you know, we motherfucking get back to the block, and these dudes is still there. So, you would think the OG, the homie or whatever like that would be like, I'ma like kind of like kick it off or whatever like that. He does nothing. He passes us the blamer. I don't touch it. My boy is like, fuck it, I'm gonna just keep it. I'm gonna go through with it. So my boy, again, this is all past the statute of limitations. This is like, I was like 16 at the time. I wrapped my face up in a scarf or whatever like that. I remember I had a Harley Davidson jacket, so I turned it inside out, and I had on some mosquito jeans. And fucking my boy goes up to the car. These dudes are in the car, so think about it like kind of like Menace to Society when Harold was at the light. But it wasn't like we had I didn't have a gun. It wasn't like, my boy or whatever came out with guns. But we pulled up on these dudes, pulled the window out. I dragged one dude out the driver's seat. All was on the other side. He pulls out a gun and it was one of the girls, our neighbors from across the street building. She's in the joint screaming, ah! So the dude that I pulled out, I think I grabbed his chain or something, but either way, he rolls out of the car, but then he gets up and starts running. So my boy just starts clapping, clap, 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 clap. I'm like, chill, what you doing? Like, so close to the dude. Like, oh my God. I swear to God, I thought he killed him. So he clap, 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 clap. I'm like, chill. Next, our dumbasses didn't know when we went from that block, DT's, New York City Undercovers was right there, right down the street. So they come up, boom, pull up, I runs, whew, boogies. I boogie in the same direction as the dude. So when the dude fell out the car and my boy started shooting, he runs. So I'm like, chill. My boy steady shooting. Cops come from like in front of us. They like, freeze. I'm like, oh shit. I start running. So I'm running in the same direction as the dude that my boy's clapping at. That's a dumb choice. I'm thinking he clapped him. So next thing you know, I remember fucking police was just blamming. Bah, 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 bah. I'm just skipping, praying to God I don't get hit. This is one of the moments that I realized God was real. Because I'm like skipping through bullets, like, oh my God, please, I don't want to get shot. Make it to my boy house, get in there, I'm frantic, and then next thing you know, fucking, they had helicopters, everything. So I'm staying in my boy house, I'm fucking nervous. I'm like, shit, what the fuck? This is gonna be like one of my movies or whatever like that. We got a new show too, updates with CEO Josh. It's going to be a dope show for those of you that come home at the end of the week that want to unwind, and then you catch updates with CEO Josh. But yeah, back to my story. So at the end of the day, I'm so frantic. So the next day, the cops are still outside, and then I got, so my boys and them, they was outside, whatever like that. And they were coming into the house that I was staying in, like, yo, they saying I got shot, in the hospital. Ooh, so I'm like, oh man, this is all bad. So like my boy is shot off this by the cops thing. I'm thinking the whole time, like, man, this is gonna be crazy. He gonna tell, because we're like 16. He was younger than me, so he's like 15, 14 or something. But way bigger. He played football. So I'm like, man. They like, yo, Josh, you gotta drop out of school. You can't go to school because his mom gonna come in. Because this is like, we're kids. Like, all that no snitching stuff is out the window when you're kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, when young, God forbid, kid is hurt or whatever like that, or shot, you're gonna go in there and be like, I don't give a fuck what type of code you're trying to live by. Tell me what happened. Okay? So, man, so I'm frantic the whole time. So it turns out, my boy was solid too. My boy's a solid dude. He didn't say nothing. Got locked up and everything. Went to Rikers, injured, all that. Came home, beat the case. Because he had a glove on, so they wasn't able to find him. And then at the end of the day, all the bullets was in the back. So I think it's all about because he was on a football team or whatever like that, and then basically, he was able to motherfucking survive and get a lawsuit because he just said that he heard some shots and he was just coming from the store and there was no proof of anything. Not even the dudes. I want to say shout outs to those dudes too. They didn't even go and like point nobody out, nothing. That was like the good old days in New York. That's when there was really a code. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, my boy ended up after getting shot and everything, ended up with a fat ass lawsuit. Came up off that crazy that whole night. But yeah, that was a frantic night. Never since then I've ever did anything of this sort. I just was like, no, hell no. That lane is not my lane. Stick up kids, good luck to you. That shit, I was like, please God, if I get out this, I will never, ever entertain it. And I have not looked back. That was the only one time. I remember it happened during New Year's too. I couldn't even sleep. And I had to stay in the house. Everybody functioning. Shout outs to my boy BTL Poe. Shout outs to Friday October. They went out partying. Shout outs to the whole U mob in the Bronx, West Burnside. They went out partying and I had to stay in the house because of that whole shit. Cause I was scared. I didn't know what was gonna happen. But hell yeah. That was just a quick story time with CEO Josh. Other than that, we're gonna give you a good wrap up. And again, yeah, this was episode 13. What happened with Dolph, man, was tragic, but at least we got some closure. Or let me know, will there be closure? Do you think there's still gonna be smoke with Yo Gotti? Is Yo Gotti gonna leave? Will Yo Gotti get locked up? Let me know in the comments. This is the 5-Star Podcast, episode 13. We out.
100,000 my jeans, and they hating on me, and they call me DG, FIVE, your girl on me, ball main on my jeans, red bottom on my feet, I do my thing in the street.